thing.
Okay, guys, welcome back to your Friday edition. This week we got another roundup style show coming at you. Friday night, first show of 2026 on any of our podcasts. This is the first one, January 2nd, 2026. We're coming at you with faked mainstream virality and culturally retarded. So, I mean, you could even just get in trouble for having that title on YouTube. But I mean, maybe they'll just think we're talking about a timing chain or something.
No,
No,
we're beyond that. No, I mean, at least the R word's back. I mean, at least we can kind of talk about it now. I mean, it is kind of controversial because people are more very famous people are saying the R word. It is back, so
the R word is back.
Yeah.
I would say it's fully back.
Yeah.
So happy New Year, buddy.
Yeah, you too. Yeah.
Another year.
Yeah.
Under the belt. Another year in front of us. 2026. Maybe the year of Grimerica.
Yeah, hopefully.
If you guys all sign up for monthlies and for plus, then it could be the year of Grimerica. We can make this happen.
Yeah.
We can make this happen. Anyway, we got a good show for you tonight. I've got I probably don't have as much stuff for the second half as I should, but I'm not going to get through all my first half of show stuff. So I'll be able to move some of that over easily enough. But I got like reparations, Mark Carney's dad, the Somali person that was threatening people. I've got the government stealing land from white people without the Indians to fucking not under the guise of Indians this time.
In Canada?
In Calgary.
Wow. Oh, that'll be good. All right. Well, I got some Canadian stuff too. Maybe we can do that in the first half. And then I've got a bunch of a lot of this is such an exciting time. I mean, people are the fraud is being exposed and you can't turn away anymore. Like you really can't. And it's just that what's happening in the US is going to affect the West completely.
Well, I'm excited to play my clip for you if you don't know what it is. When I said culture retarded was my title and you didn't know what it was, I was kind of excited because maybe you haven't seen this clip yet. And if you haven't, you're going to love it.
Okay.
So you don't know what I'm talking about?
It could mean a couple different things, right? It could mean that our culture has been retarded, not that it's made up of retards.
Do you know who this is?
Huxley?
That is Grandpa Carney. That's Mark Carney's dad. Robert J. Carney.
Okay.
You want to hear what he has to say? It's kind of a long clip, but I think it's worth playing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Mr. Carney, at the teachers' conference not long ago, you told about a program you have working at the Joseph B. Tyrrell School in Fort Smith for culturally retarded children. First of all, would you define a culturally retarded child for me?
A culturally retarded child in the context of the Northwest Territories is a child from a native background who for various reasons has not been in regular attendance in school, is from a language background other than English, and who is behind in school, say 3 or 4 years. In many centers in Southern Canada, the subculture groups, say in a working class area of a large city, you would have children who you would call culturally retarded. Certainly in the United States, in the large cities, and particularly in the eastern United States, among Negro groups, we have many examples of cultural retardation.
Oh my God.
And programs that have been developed to meet their needs, to try and upgrade their skills and bring them into contact with the dominant culture.
Could you tell me then a little bit about your program, how it got started?
Well, the program actually has been, I suppose, in operation right from the very beginning. Now, in Fort Smith, we have students coming to us from many northern communities. And these students, we have found, many of these students were behind in school 3, 4, 5, and 6 years. To put a 16-year-old girl into a regular grade 2 classroom, we found it just didn't work. and that we really weren't meeting the educational needs of the child in this type of class environment. And so we established a number of classes, which we've given the name special classes for want probably of a better word. And these classes are structured in such a way that the academic skills that are so important to any child living in the 20th century, that these skills are taught in an appropriate manner. And at the same time, we realize, because of this cultural retardation, that many of these children will not progress through the regular grade structure. They will not go into high school. And in all probability, they will return to their own communities, remain with their families, and go out into the bush and continue the old way of life. So we're trying to keep them in both worlds. Now, the regular curriculum is modified for them. We want them to be able to read. We want them to be able to speak English. We want them to be able to do the various operations in arithmetic. We want them to know about the world. We want them to know about the world of science. We want them to have the opportunity of expression in music and art. We want them to learn various skills in physical education and so on. But at the same time, we want them to not forget their origins or not to forget their backgrounds, and to instill in them a sense of pride and a sense of belonging.
That sounds
The
pretty
culture
good.
from which they come is a good culture. And that if they do go back to the old way of life, they go back with skills which will help them in the old way of life.
Now, in a physical way, how is your school run?
We have a separate building apart from the main building of the Joseph Bertero School.
For the
It
special
has
classes.
8 classrooms. We have approximately 100 students, and these are divided into 5 classes according to it.
Yeah, I mean, so what's your thought?
Oh, I don't know. I just think it's funny. I mean, honestly, it seems like he's trying to help.
Yeah, it seems pretty normal. I mean, it really shouldn't be controversial. I mean, that's what I pick up from this, is it shouldn't be as controversial as it is, but it's only not controversial because it's Carney's dad. If that was somebody else's dad,
If
like
that was
Pierre,
Pierre's dad, it'd be a problem.
yeah, this is like the crazy world we're in.
Yeah. Well, let's jump over to here. While
It
we're on
reminds me of reading I narrated your book on Carney, so it reminded me of that because his mom and dad were in the public sector in northern wherever he was, Yukon or whatever.
not my book. That's Elias Trent.
Oh, yeah.
He's a real anti-government character. I would never write a book like that about a
It's
But-
what's it called? Mark Carney Exposed. Look for that audiobook or that paperback or ebook.
So this is from Mario Zelaya on X, Twitter. 23 waterfront homes in downtown Calgary, one of the last remaining low-density neighborhoods, were taken from River Run residents. Expropriation is real. The government does it, and it is happening today. So, which, I mean, the technical term for it, I believe, is eminent domain.
This is very real. The government can take your property away from you, whether you want to sell it or not.
Can you
And that's
pause
what
it
the
for a sec?
residents of River Run,
Is this waterfront because of the pipe exploding and bursting? And
No, this is river. This is riverfront. Yeah, no.
I thought it was because of the disaster. The
That's
water.
not looking good, though. I mean, that's looking like a real shit show over there. It's got to suck when it happens in the winter and everything's like freezing.
So what is river? Where does, because when you say waterfront, it makes you think of lakes or oceans, but this is riverfront then?
Yeah, it's in River Run. I'm not totally sure exactly where that is, but I'm
That
sure
sounds like downtown. Is that downtown
probably
Calgary?
somewhere around the elbow. I'm assuming the Elbow River, but it could also be the Bow.
Calgary found out that family homes were unnecessarily destroyed to enrich a developer. And the word for this is expropriation. And the city of Calgary decided to take families' homes through behind closed doors vote on September 12, 2023, when there was no certainty River Run homes were needed for any sort of public purpose. Less than 2 years later, on May 31st, the city forced River Run families out of their homes, when it was even less certain that their homes were needed for a public purpose. River Run families were served notice, and that notice claimed that the homes were needed for a Green Line LRT. The city
Ooh.
refused to engage in fair negotiations, ignored due process, and undervalued properties. And the website dedicated to all this states that hardware development stands to profit. Because with River Run now gone, this now becomes a valuable waterfront property. And while the city of Calgary claimed that the land was needed for the Green Line LRT, there's no certainty the train will ever be built. And these guys, they have receipts. 23 River Run homes were approved on prime downtown waterfront land. This is a low density residential community. In 2019, they met with the city, and the city assured them that they had no intention to take River Run.
Wow.
And it also confirmed this in 2021. And it happened fast because on September 12, 2023, the city council voted behind closed doors to expropriate River Run without ever meaningfully engaging homeowners. 20 out of the 23 homeowners formally objected, leading the province to appoint an inquiry officer to review the city's actions.
You see, they took ownership without even like telling them.
Yeah.
Family discovered only by searching land titles themselves.
Oh my God.
And you think you own your fucking land?
The city paid for the homes using undervalued appraisals from a city selected appraiser, who ignored key expropriation principles. And frankly speaking, I have no idea how this is possible without any sort of guaranteed plans, without any sort of guaranteed value to residents. When you're taking someone's land and someone's property, it shouldn't be the appraisal value or whatever the market rate is. It should be a significant premium over it, especially when it's people's homes, because you're taking that in a particular point in time. What if they plan to have held on to that property for another 20 or 30 years? Given that is probably the only low density neighborhood left in downtown Calgary on prime waterfront property, I can almost guarantee that value would be significantly more. This was sent to me anonymously, and honestly, I was shocked by the whole thing.
I don't think there is. I couldn't even think. I mean, I wouldn't even call that shit low density. There is no low density.
No, yeah, it is. It is. You know where it is? It's right near where I lived on 25th and like near the Earlton station.
Yeah, it's just down there towards the lake, towards the river, right?
Yeah, they're like townhouses that are all jammed up. It's still low density. I mean, it's not a high rise.
That's what it is. It's all those townhouses there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Right along the river. So I don't know why that doesn't seem to sort of fit with a line, but maybe they had to build like an extension or a new station or something there.
Well, they didn't build it.
What?
They didn't build it.
No, I know.
The Green Line is canceled.
That's what the plan was. Oh, the Green Line's canceled even?
I mean, you might want to grok check me on that, but the last I heard, it was at the very least, it was on like a hard freeze. They have not built anything towards it.
Wow.
They completely stopped.
Yeah, that's brutal. Oh, I remember we talked about that a long time ago now. So this is somebody was asking about John McKim in the chat there was asking about the water main break. So this is like what happened on 16th Ave. Now this is the same thing that they were fixing. Remember that controversy when we were doing the A-list? We were talking about that.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm on there predicting that this was going to become a ongoing problem. It was going to be whack-a-mole. I wish I could dig up the clip. If I could dig up the clip of all my predictions, I get to figure out a way to monetize these.
Fucking hell. We've got
We're on 16th Avenue and we're in like a flood. Right by the right before the
this couple was pretty scared there. And they said that
are those the ones that ended up on the roof?
I don't know. A major water main break, Bowness area, severe flooding, trapping vehicles and forcing firefighters to rescue 13 people from 7 cars. Crazy. Have you heard anything else about it?
No. I'm staying away. I mean, I don't go over there very often anyway, but I ain't going over there anytime soon. I mean, it's super busy. There's not really any spots there to because that Rona's right there on the one side, and the other side, I think, is baseball field. Likes to try and It's a real shitty spot to try and detour around.
Yeah, totally.
So I don't know what
It's the worst spot for a water main break.
Worst spot. But
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
we're gonna fix this one. It's just going to happen again. So I mean,
Yeah,
we're into the era of collapse. It would seem.
No. And just to answer the chat there, no, it has nothing to do with the other story. That's what I was wondering when Darren was talking about waterfront property. I thought it was like newly made waterfront property that the city had to repurpose for reconstruction or something like that.
It's like the newer a city is, the quicker it's going to collapse. The infrastructure is going to collapse because we're too far into the idiocracy. We didn't even know it, but when they were building this city in the 60s and 70s, we were already fucking retards. It would seem. Or we got ripped off or something, Something seems to have happened because the water main's broken like, 6 times now in the last few years. It's just going to keep breaking and breaking and breaking.
Speaking of land, do you want me to play a funny clip about land ownership and a trans indigenous person trying to get in somebody's house?
Sure.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah. I'll try not to get triggered.
So this is somebody going into this a person that has all these signs, these virtue signaling signs about being a lane property and about that all people are equal and like we're on stolen land or something like that. I'll play the clip here. So look at that sign. In this house, we believe love is love, Black Lives Matter, science is real.
I've seen that sign in Portland.
Yeah, kindness is everything. Humanity is human. No human is illegal. And that middle one is something for everyone. I can't read what that says. And then proud lane family. I don't know what that means. Maybe they have a lane house for extra people or something. So this is a guy, trans indigenous, walking up to the door. You haven't seen this yet?
No.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, can I help you?
I saw your sign out here and I just had to stop. I absolutely love it. And I just had to let you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it says no human is illegal because we're on stolen land. Is that right?
Yes.
And I just love that because I'm actually trans.
What?
I'm trans indigenous. My parents' bigoted doctor assigned me white skin at birth, but I've always identified as Native American. So that sign just means a lot to me.
Okay.
So I was just wondering how much time you need to kind of pack everything up and get out of here so I can come stay the night.
Excuse me?
Yeah, well, you said no one's illegal on stolen land. You're on indigenous land. So I was just wondering how long you need to get everything together because I want to come stay the night.
No.
Well, ma'am, I'm trans indigenous, and trans indigenous people are indigenous, and you're on our land. Your sign says it.
Please leave.
Ma'am, your sign says kindness is everything, and you're not exercising it right now.
You need to leave. Right.
So, okay, how much time do you need to pack everything up so that I can come in since you're on stolen land? You should practice what you preach and vacate right now because there is a trans indigenous man of color on your porch that wants to come inside. So are you going to do the right thing?
No. Goodbye.
I'll be waiting out here for you to pack up your stuff.
So the guy, he does this skit all over, right? And he goes to protests and he talks to people and they get sucked in for a few minutes, right? And then they realize he's trolling and they all just start getting upset and tell him to leave, right? It's pretty funny. I don't think it's in Kelowna. But this is from Sean Rickard here. Says, never more hilarious and relevant than right now. Share with a woke leftist. We warned them years ago how it would come back to bite them in the arse when they started doing the ridiculous land acknowledgements. What's happening in BC may actually wake up many libtards. So there you go.
Libtards.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, maybe I could. I wonder, is this the right? Yeah, maybe I could follow that up with this one. Have you seen this one? I think it's. I wasn't gonna play
Hey,
it,
who is this guy? Come with me. Come with me. Here we go. Look, now he's running. There he is. He's running away. What's going on? You got a problem with us live streaming or what?
I mean, this ain't where you're from.
Is there a problem with me being here? You're a white person. What was that all about?
the guy who said that was also a white person.
Yeah.
Stolen land tax.
Have you seen this already?
No.
You're white as well, dude. I don't know what you're trying to say.
And you're whiter than him,
Look,
Ability.
you're
and they
white
gotta
as
take
well. I
accountability.
don't understand where you're coming from.
Because you got to take accountability for it. Accountability for what? Systemic problems.
Because this right here, you're occupying indigenous land here. You're occupying space that isn't here.
Wait,
So
but
are
I
you.
can say the exact same thing to you.
You can. And you should.
And you're occupying this
and we
space.
should. We should be calling out people. Honestly, he
Who
and I
is
deserve
we?
to be robbed.
Who's we?
You say
Humans.
we deserve to be robbed.
Yeah.
Okay, take his iPhone. Take it.
Yeah,
Take it.
Well, I have seen
I'm
that.
for mutual aid.
Give me it.
You want to help my mutual aid funds?
Give me it.
You want to? Okay.
Give me it.
Do you want to see what
You-
I
Take his
just said-
iPhone. Take his iPhone.
You just said you didn't
Dude,
want it.
dude.
Give me it.
I use this to help people.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
You want to go
Who do you
talk
help?
to Rhonda?
Who do you help?
I help Rhonda. I help my friend Corey.
You just said
I
you
help my
deserve to be
friend
robbed,
Omar.
though.
I help so many people that need this because that's the way that I connect with people. I use.
They need
I
this.
do. I do as much
It's
as I
so
can.
funny. It really is.
But
Like,
you just said you deserve to
No,
be robbed.
need
it seems like
So-
you
so-
need this.
He needs a phone. He needs a phone. Help him out. He needs a phone.
You want this phone? Come get it. Come get it.
He said he deserves to be
Come get it.
robbed.
Do you know what Kofi is?
Come get it.
We can do that.
Come get
Look,
it.
We can do that.
look, now they'll
We
take
can
the
do
phone.
Kofi. We can
Come
do
get it.
Kofi. I use this for
No.
crowdfunding.
No, you said you deserve to be robbed, though.
I use this
break
for
this
mutual
bitch
aid.
in my hand.
And you'll be hurting people.
Who?
You'll be hurting my friend Corey.
How?
My friend Corey needs resources
Okay. How are you helping your friend Corey so far if she doesn't have those resources?
because
Are
I give them to her as well as several other
Giving it
people.
to her?
Anyway, in the end, he ends up giving him $10 not to steal his phone.
but it's just so funny how like, oh, your phone is important to you, but you don't see how people's other white people's stuff is important to them. Like it's mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling. Here's an interesting. This one's quick one. Another one. I mean, we might as well keep following these ones. This one's KC Pollock on Twitter. I never thought would be writing this. I have been invited to Japan for my amyloid therapy, a treatment that could actually help my condition after being permanently disabled. Canada has nothing for me. No treatment, no pathway, just made paperwork, which is, of course, medical assistance in dying. Now there is finally hope, but getting there costs money I simply don't have. I'm a quadriplegic. I'm still fighting to live, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all of
Is she the one that's vaccine injured too? Or?
I'm not sure if it's the same one. I think the one that, injured by the COVID vaccines.
Yeah.
So,
So if it just saves one person, right? You know,
yeah.
fighting for her. Oh man.
Here's the clip from.
You will not hear my story. Please stop before you scroll. I was paralyzed by the COVID-19 shot. You will not hear my story on mainstream media. If you do not believe this story or would like medical proof, you can go to my website at www.opkayla.ca. That's www.opkayla.ca. The Canadian government has left me fending for myself without the necessary treatments. Instead, they offered me MAID, which is medical assistance in dying. That's what they offered me after this was medically proven to be caused by my COVID-19 shot. That is not treatment, that is suicide or euthanasia. I would treat any human being better than that I even disliked. I don't just have to live without my legs anymore. I have to live with massive pain, a lesion in my spine, no bowel or bladder movements, somebody coming to get me dressed every day, having to be alone in bed when my fire alarm goes off, unable to move. This is not okay and I need help. I'm appealing to anyone on social media to please share this video so that others like me can find help as well. If we don't speak up, we won't get the help. Please go to www.opkayla.ca to get the full story, the medical records, and the audio recording of the doctor telling you that this is related, it directly caused by my COVID-19 vaccine, the Moderna.
She's not the only one. That's the thing. There's a whole bunch of people, right? There's a whole bunch of them, and we can't even take care of them properly. I mean, there was no accounting for this kind of thing.
Well, isn't it just a weird thing that, I mean, this is the second time someone went down to the States that they had basically told in Canada, we got nothing for you. We offered her maid. I think Glenn Beck down in the States paid for her surgery. So you can go to the States and you can get better.
Gary Tater's like Gary's saying, why don't they just assist her in? I mean, they can't
in living. Is like they don't. It's not. We don't have the money for that.
It's like it's very, it's very constrained and structured in Canada, especially for chronic stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, people want to say you could say the States and shit, maybe some experimental stuff, but it sounded like they were pretty confident they could fix that other chick. And now we've got this lady that Japan says they can fix her. I mean, so Japan's got better healthcare than us. Well, I thought we were the pinnacle of the fucking world. I mean, it really does shine. It's like it's free, but you know, we might just want to kill you in the end. It's whatever's cheaper, and it's probably pretty cheap to, you know, put someone down.
Yeah. All right, let me do my my title then. You ready for this one? So this is faked mainstream virality. So this is Moose on the Loose. Now he's talking about how the Rebel News is talking about how they've really done well over the last year or two. So they're getting this big increase. Mainstream media is plummeting in Canada. They're still up there, but he's going to explain a little bit about this. He's done a chart.
0.6 million comments and replies. It's quite a bit here. So what I've done here is put together a list of creators, and I apologize, there's going to be more in here I forgot about, but grabbed all the view stats. These are the views here from the past 365 days, the past year. This is for both here. We've got independent creators on the left and mainstream media on the right. And just look what we've got here. So we've got tens of millions for the creators on the left here, and there's a ton of us. There's even more that are floating around in this kind of 15 million range. There's a dozen or two more that are in this range. And the mainstream media, well, there'll be a few more of them here. I grabbed
Moose on the Loose go.
Surprising enough.
What's that?
Look at Moose on the Loose go.
Yeah, he's up in the top there. Moose on the Loose, Northern Perspective, Mr. Sunshine, baby.
Million.
Yeah.
Man, those guys are making bank, maybe. I don't know. Actually, did you see that one guy that did the fireplace video on YouTube? It's got 156 million views and he's made like 1.5 million off it.
Recently?
I don't know, this was fake, but it was a meme going around. No, I think he's had it out for 9 years. He only ever made one video. That's the only video. Is the YouTube fireplace video. Imagine missing that retirement plan.
Yeah.
Enough. What's on top? CTV, 815 million views. CBC's 539 million views. I didn't put all the extra stats in here, but basically CTV is significantly increased in views this year. And I think that's because people aren't trusting CBC, probably from the last election. Pierre Poilievre didn't have a campaign against CTV, really. It was mostly defunding the CBC. And people have realized that CBC lies. They're horribly partisan. CTV's bias is a little more discreet. Something to note too, Global News, their numbers have dropped. They have 386 million views for the year. Rebel News is 103, City News at 100, CP24 97 million, Toronto Sun 52 million, and Juno News 18 million. So if you contrast that to the left side here with the creators, these are mostly individuals here doing these channels, and while we're not quite reaching these numbers here, we're not that far off. So this
And I don't even know if you can include Rebel News and Juno and mainstream. I mean, in a lot of ways, when your bias is on the right or not on the left, even, it's almost like you can't be considered mainstream.
Oh yeah, and Juno is terrible. I mean, did you see Bexty's thing for the water main break? He's out there in his hip waders. I'm like, buddy, if you're gonna wear your hip waders, get in the fucking water. I mean, this is just as bad as what they're doing. Honestly, it's the same fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Anyway, I found the thing. Yeah, Fireplace, 10 hours, full HD, 156 million views.
Oh my
Just
God.
a burning log.
And I agree with Gary Taters there. He says the more the mainstream media blatantly lies, the more people turn to other sources. Yes, that's what's happening. But we have to be aware of what's coming up now.
Situation here. I don't normally talk about other YouTube channels, but we are here today because something is very suspicious about two channels that I've come across here. We've got The Rational Perspective. This is a new channel. You can see 2,000 subscribers, 22 videos. And what is this? It's a channel of Jeffrey Sachs. Going to the bottom here, this started 3 weeks ago. You can see the same thumbnail in all of them, and it's Jeffrey Sachs supposedly sitting here. Well, this is all AI. Now, first off, who's Jeffrey Sachs? Jeffrey Sachs, American economist and public policy analyst, a professor at Columbia University, former director of the Earth Institute, Sustainable Development and Economic Development. Sachs is a director at the Center of Sustainable Development, Columbia University. So you can see where we're going with here. This is a leftist guy who's all about the sustainable development goals, all these kind of things. We can see him supposedly sitting here. Once again, this is fake. This is AI.
See, the weird thing that he's missing is the moose is missing that Sachs is the one that's been talking about that Ukraine-Russia narrative and putting the timeline together for everybody. And he's coming out and like, I don't know, maybe he's left or not, but he's definitely the counter narrative to the Russia-Ukraine thing. He's been pretty prominent in talking about that. But what do you think? I mean, this is interesting how this is all like made up now. And this is a channel, I don't even know if he's aware of this or if it's him, because I think this is a channel that looks like him, but it's providing propaganda that's against what Jeffrey would normally do. So let's just listen to a little bit more about Moose.
Every video on this channel is fake AI.
Class in how authoritarian regimes can exploit the very legal frameworks that democratic systems depend upon.
So it looks real, but it's not. This is a fake bookcase. This is a fake room, and this is a fake Jeffrey Sachs. This video here titled Putin's Legal Masterpiece, How Russia Paralyzed Europe's Asset Theft Scheme. And we'll
see, so like that one's anti-Russia right there.
We'll get back to this channel in a second, but the next one we have here is this. This is Reich Analytics. This is Robert Reich, American professor, author, lawyer, and political commentator. He worked in administrations for Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, and Bill Clinton. Also a member of Barack Obama's Economic Transition Advisory Board. To get a deeper idea who Robert Reich is, right on his own Substack, must we choose between saving democracy and saving the earth? No. So it talks about Donald Trump coming into power here. The endangerment of finding of 2009, which concluded that planet-warming greenhouse gases pose a threat to public health. That simple finding has allowed administration after administration to set strict limits on greenhouse gas emissions for cars, power plants, and other industrial sources of pollution. Without it, the EPA would have no authority under the Clean Air Act to regulate greenhouse gas emissions, etc. Going back above it here, it says Lee Zeldin, the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, just announced the Trump administration would revoke the scientific determination that underpins this. Then he goes on to say, what the hell are they doing? Looking at his own Facebook page, he has this post that says the single best way to reduce climate change is to put a price on carbon. Guy sounds a lot like Mark Carney, doesn't he? Goes on to talk about price per ton. Same thing with CO2, same as Mark Carney's grift. We've also got this one here. He says both our economy and the environment are in crisis. Wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few, while the majority of Americans struggle to get by. Climate crisis is worsening inequality as those who are most economically vulnerable bear the brunt of flooding, fires, disruptions, supplies of water, food, power. So he goes on to say we can address this with 4 things. First, create.
So I do want to play. I don't really want to play all this context because it's important, but I want to get to the video part. I don't want to play too much of this clip, but wait till we get to this part.
Robert Reich, you've got a full look at this guy, essentially same as Mark Carney, leftist, net zero, climate alarmist guy. And what do we have here? This channel is 5 days old, 5 days ago, 4 days ago, 4 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago. And you can see this is ramping up. Now, yes, every day they're putting up 2 or 3 videos. Today they put up 2 videos. And look at the views on these videos, 101,000 views. And yet they only have 2,700 subscribers, 3.7 thousand, 11,000, 78,000, 10,000, 20,000, 28,000, 18,000, 17,000, 1,000, and 106 views. If we compare this to the other one, The Rational Perspective here, this one came out 3 weeks ago, but 59 views for 485, 281, and then it starts to ramp up here, 17,000. A handful of low views here, 78,000, 2,000, 2,000, 12,000, 12,000. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on. This channel here seems like maybe they just put this up and it might be getting organic views or they might be pushing it with some money. But but I've been on YouTube since 2014. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think this is natural growth here. Somebody's putting a lot of money behind this channel and pushing it hard. My channel absolutely blew up when I started it. I got a video where Vasi Capellos was fact-checking Chrystia Freeland, something like that, and it got like 140,000 views after about a week or a week and a half, 2 weeks of my channel being live. And I went from like 2,000 subscribers up to like 12,000 overnight. And this guy's only got 2,700 subscribers after having 100,000 views here, 78,000, 11,000.
So what's your thought about that? I mean, especially you being so, into the back end of YouTube and stuff like that. I mean, considering this is a Carney propaganda channel.
Yeah, well, if it's actual videos, it should, there's I don't know what the number is, but there should be some sort of measurable conversion of subscribers. It'd be a low number, but there would be a conversion there.
But this is what we have to, what? Sorry?
On the shorts, there's no real conversion. That's like 0.0001%.
But these aren't shorts, are they though?
No, so there you're probably at like, a quarter to 1% subscriber rate. So you should, it's hard to say. I watch a ton of stuff without subscribing, so it's hard to say.
So
I won't subscribe to a channel now until I've been back there several times.
No, but what do you think about like this being a propaganda station, 5 days old, getting 100,000 views?
You could definitely be dumping money into it. I don't know how that works. We've never tried putting any money into YouTube promotion. But I've never really, I don't know if I've ever watched anything promoted. I guess I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I'd know.
Okay, let me keep going. He's got something to reveal at the end here.
10,000, 20,000, 20,000.
Is blowing up right now.
What?
Jeffrey Sachs does seem to be blowing up all over.
This isn't Sachs, though. This is the other one. Sachs seemed a little bit more organic, but I think that's a controlled opposition to Sachs personally. But this is the one I'm concerned about.
28,000. Like, there's no way that this is natural progression. I think somebody's pushing a lot of money behind this channel. And what do we see here in all these thumbnails here of the supposed leftist, it's AI, by the way, this is all AI, version of Robert Reich? Mark Carney's face in every single thumbnail here. This is like a propaganda channel for Mark Carney, supposedly coming from Robert Reich. Here we have phony baloney AI Robert Reich. And what does he have to say? It's full of lies. I'm going to fact check this dumb AI video here just to show you. I think we're witnessing.
I can't put out videos of someone else, can I?
No, but he's probably give them go ahead. I mean, maybe he's giving them the go ahead. Yeah, sure. If you want to put it out for me, as long as you're going against, like, as long as it's pro Carney and against Trump or whatever, maybe he signs an NDA or something and says, yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's super creepy how it's all AI and how we got to watch out for this. Now we got to be careful. Now this is what we're competing against. Manufactured virality with AI against any dissent, right? Full-blown mainstream supporting narrative here.
Propaganda being pushed out by a ton of money here with false claims and false facts.
And the fact that they're lying and false claims and false facts. I mean, they can't even just chill out on the lies.
And to cue this up, this video is titled America's 25.
Okay, I don't want to get into all that though, because I do want to skip forward and just show you.
This is all lies. As we see here,
quietly began redirecting.
So false at and nuclear,
which is building
money. Now, the question is, who made these channels? And we do have one indication. You can see here, the country of origin, Turkey.
Turkey. They're both from Turkey.
That's interesting. And I'm putting this out there because I'm hoping somebody knows how to look up a way to connect this channel to whoever this is in Turkey, because I've hit a brick wall on this one. I don't know where else to look to figure out. I mean, it's a hard thing to look up a YouTube channel aside from this. There's no contact information on here. It just says, disclaimer, this is an independent fan-created channel dedicated to exploring economics, yada, 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 pushing Mark Carney propaganda with false information. It says this is not affiliated with him, but he's just going to generate a whole bunch of fake stuff and use his image in doing so. And looking at this one here, the Rational Perspective, Jeffrey Sachs, you can see here, this one also comes from Turkey. So I think these both came from the same guy. The same person is generating these. Aside from that, though, all I can say is we got to keep an eye on this, especially this channel here, because it's pushing outright lies and promoting Mark Carney here. You got to wonder, are the liberals behind this? Does Carney want to have a positive image about himself put out there, pay someone in Turkey to do this? So I don't know. I don't know if that's what's happening. Anything's possible. Look.
Anyways, that's just kind of alarming to me. You know, we're fighting for our lives here to just keep basically to keep the lights on. And they just get these viral lie videos based on lies. It's just infuriating. And you know what's disappointing? Nobody in the comments picked up on the Jeffrey Sachs thing. Like I was reading through his comments and stuff. And I mean, they're like, I like the Moose and all that for sure. And I like a lot of those people that he listed on the left side and the things, you know, but and then just to sort of top it off, just to top off the battle that we're in. Sorry to keep hogging the screen here. This is what we talk about with the two-tier system, right? So unacceptable threats of violence, murder, starvation, and deportation, along with unabridged hatred, are being directed at Albertans from Canadians over separation debates. Remember, we talked about this heating up, like it's going to get nasty. The hate coming from the East especially is going to be very, very hot. And Federalists need to condemn this loudly and clearly. This must stop. They must take the temperature down. Funny he mentioned temperature too. Your worthless life. If I was Ottawa, I would simply put a bounty on the head of every white separatist. How can this be even allowed, right? Imagine if this was the other way around. Imagine if we were talking about immigrants or Ontario or Quebec. Imagine if we were talking about Quebecers or the French or, you know, anybody else. In a lot of countries, this tomfoolery would get you strung up for treason. Breaking Alberta independence meetings are happening at the highest levels in Washington. So that this guy's saying you're going to get strung up for treason. And if you lose, all those who voted yes should be arrested, charged with treason, and sentenced to life in solitary confinement. You ain't getting shit. And honestly, it would be really funny if Canadian military just smashed all your oil infrastructure with artillery and just let you fucking starve because that's all you have. I mean, it's unbelievable. After U.S. outreach, Alberta separatists will head to Latin America to rustle up support for their treasonous cause. I mean, it's mind-boggling. It really is just, it's right. It's just one-sided.
Yeah, and probably some bots too. I mean, trying to just loose us up. Loose bots. You know, how about this one? Here's a controversial take. I want your opinion on this.
Is it good that women can vote in America? I don't think so, and here's why. Nearly every legalized moral atrocity of the last 100 years was made possible by the female vote. Abortion and homosexuality would likely still be illegal if not for the female vote. Mass immigration and the welfare state rode on the backs of the female vote. Nearly every modern Democrat, including Obama and Biden, were elected because of the female vote. Even last night, the new Muslim New York City mayor, Mondami, won specifically because of the female vote. The 19th Amendment has been a moral and political tragedy for America, but why? Women were not made to lead, but to follow and to feel. This is God's design, and it's good within the family and the household. But emotions cannot be what is used to rule and govern a nation. Statistically and generally speaking, women vote for whatever feels most kind or peaceful or safe to their emotions. Women crave security and comfort, and whoever promises those things wins their loyalty. The problem is evil men know this and they exploit it. For example, women are twice as likely to men to be seduced into an affair. They are 26% more likely to be financially scammed online. They are 3 times more likely to fall prey to psychics and tarot card readings and astrology and mediums.
What?
This emotional vulnerability that shows up there also shows up in politics. Many call it suicidal empathy. So I believe that we should return to the household vote, where women share their thoughts with their fathers or their husbands, and the men in their life make the final decision. Men are not perfect, but they are far more fit to rule with logic, and they are less likely to be deceived in political matters. So I don't believe that we should repeal the 19th Amendment because I don't love women. I believe we should repeal the 19th Amendment because I love America and I love American women enough to protect them and our nation from their political exploitation.
What do you think?
I think he's onto something. I mean, I don't want to go so far to say like that should be repealed or they shouldn't have the right, but it's the household thing is very interesting, right? Like it should be like you have a stake in what's happening, right? As it used to be that the landowners and the householders would have the say, right? The say in the political thing. And it, you know, It's, I mean, can you argue against his facts at the beginning?
No.
I mean, look at what this propaganda showed today. Michael, him, one of the worst propagandists on Twitter for supporting the Canadian narrative, right? I just reviewed my Twitter analytics and it was fascinating. The people who read my tweets and support me the most, boomer women. And by miles, it's not even close. I mean, they are captured. They're the ones in Canada that are the most captured completely because of the suicidal empathy.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
I mean, the boomer women are why we're in the state we're in Canada. I mean, we know that, right?
Well, listen to this boomer woman.
Mom say you have to be LGBT. No, I think she's what I want to be, but
Go ahead, Lex. Go ahead. Keep talking. Say what you're saying.
My mom doesn't matter if I am gay or lesbian or any of that. She doesn't care. All she cares about is that I'm a part of it. And if I'm not a part of it, she'll try to convince me to join it. Cause
What are you saying right now?
Facts.
That I would convince you to join
Facts.
what?
The LGBTQIA plus community.
Facts.
But maybe some more.
So what do you think about that? I mean, what do you think? I mean, you can't just ask me my opinion on this controversial subject and not say anything yourself. I mean,
I don't think women should vote. No, that's a huge mistake. I tell my wife that all the time.
it seems controversial, but when you start to think about it and you look at really what's going on, yeah. What?
Here's your buddy, this little weasel-looking bastard. Oh, he
What?
bites.
Come on, he's a bulldog. He's a bulldog.
He's like an ugly little bulldog, though.
On page 12 of your report, there is reference to Brookfield's tax gap over the last 5 years between 2017 and 2021. Just so that I'm clear on what a tax gap means, it is measuring the difference between taxes actually paid and taxes that would have been paid if the statutory Canadian tax rate had been applied to profits reaped. Do I have that right?
That is correct.
Okay. And according to your analysis, or the analysis cited in your report, Brookfield's tax gap in just 5 years between 2017 to 2021 was over $6.5 billion. Is that right?
That's correct. And that was based on research done by the Canadians for Tax Fairness and by some analysis from the Toronto Star as well.
So it would be fair to say that the extent of Brookfield's tax avoidance, taxes that it should have otherwise paid in Canada in just 5 years, was over $6.5 billion.
Yes, I mean, the tax gap is looking at the statutory rate, and there are some reasons why legitimate reasons why companies pay below that, but that's an indication of a major underpayment of taxes that, in the spirit of the law, should have been paid in Canada to finance public services in Canada.
Yeah, I'd say $6.5 billion is a lot of money. Would it be fair to say that Brookfield is Canada's largest tax dodger amongst corporations?
It has been labeled as such, and if it's not the largest, it's clearly in the very top tier.
Well,
Of course. I mean,
23 of Canada's largest corporations, and it found that the largest tax gap for 2017 to 21 was none other than Brookfield, right?
Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
it's getting can I follow that up, or do you got something?
Sure, no, I don't gotta follow.
This is the reclamaire. I don't know if you've seen him on X recently, but so he was looking at all this Brookfield stuff. He was going back, like, remember when we were trying to download the Global Affairs and all? Well, you did download Global Affairs. It was like long, right? Thousands of things. Well, this guy was doing all this Brookfield work, and these Google ads, man. Let me just find it here. So here's one here with all the Brookfield integrated services and integrated solution. Look at how they spelt this. Look at this, how this is mastered in the government database. Solutions, Solutai ons Canada. So they're like so here's Global Integrated Solutions, CA, Global Integrated Solutions. They're all Brookfield, right? But they're spelling the same. They're labeling the same company or division differently for some reason. I don't know if that's just data entry errors or if it's for obfuscation because they want it in each, like maybe each department that masters it as a vendor masters it in a slightly different way. That can happen, like without it being a conspiracy. But anyways, this guy was going through all this stuff, looking at all these, all the spending from public accounts of Canada. So now I just wanted to show you, he's linked to this. I've created a searchable web page of all published government spending from 2019. So I'm just going to go to it right here. So this is it right here. Canadian government spending from 2015 to 2025. So 10 years. So what do you think? Should I search something? Search Brookfield?
Sure.
There it is. All of it.
Search transgender.
Okay, let me see if that comes up. So this is showing 15 of 52,000 rows. Now, would that be millions then? 446 million, I guess, right? Not billion. That would be
million.
6 million. So I don't know what the total of all those Brookfields are, but it's probably over a billion anyways. Trans what?
Gender.
In one word?
Yeah. I think that's how they do it.
Professional Association for Transgender Health and PEI Transgender Network. So this is, I don't think this is showing the global affairs stuff, to be honest with you.
No, it's not.
It's like, to me, it's something else. It's the official government, like maybe global affairs is a line item in this. Yeah, global affairs, 9 million only. So I don't know. Something's off with this.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, I'll go back and play around a little bit more maybe and see what is going on. Because when we looked at global affairs, it was billions and billions and billions. I mean, even the consultants are billions, right? I mean, what if we went to that and typed in that consultant?
Did you hear about this?
No.
Air India pilot arrested before takeoff at Vancouver Airport. I mean, they just like, you start to see why there's stereotypes. I'm just saying. I mean, Denzel drove a plane drunk in that movie and did a barrel roll and saved the day, but I don't think that was the case here. Mounties on Friday confirmed that they arrested a commercial airline pilot at Vancouver International Airport following a media report that the pilot was found to be under the influence of alcohol before takeoff. The Richmond RCMP says in a brief statement that officers arrested the pilot on December 23rd after investigating concern involving a crew member preparing to report for duty. Anyway, Air India regrets the inconvenience caused to its passengers and is fully cooperating with local authorities. They raised they had concerns regarding the other pilot's fitness for duty. The pilot has been taking off flying duties during the process of an inquiry. Air India maintains a zero tolerance policy towards any violation of applicable rules and regulations. I would just don't drink.
Yeah, well, it's hard when you're an alcoholic. I mean, I feel sorry for the guy. Like, he can't even stop drinking when he's flying planes. Like, dude, get some help. Go to AA. Do something.
Canada's civilian aviation regulation prohibit airline pilots and crew members from consuming alcohol within 12 hours before a flight. So
that's not as harsh as driving. I mean, they were pulling us over in Calgary and in Saskatchewan here and doing morning checks.
Morning
over the limit in the morning. Remember you were talking about that too? Get pulled over
Yeah,
at 10 in the morning.
They're doing that in Calgary too. Yeah.
And apparently you're not allowed to drive well, even if you've had weed in you for 24 hours. So that, like, technically it seems like in Saskatchewan, you can't even drive if you
gather it's kind of a 100-year plan.
How do they know? Prove it.
I think there's a way they're doing it.
I don't think there is. I think that's the problem.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
you got this Andrew Gold clip. I wonder if this is from the one I've been hearing about.
From what I can gather, it's kind of a 100-year plan, and
Correct.
we're 50 years in.
Correct.
And how are they doing? What are some of the points they've hit?
Well, think about it. If we take a step back, Qatar is a country. It's a tiny country in the Middle East. It has less than 350,000 citizens.
Oh,
tiny country.
Yeah.
Qatar is giving more money to British education, to Canadian education, higher education, to American universities than any country in the world. So why would this tiny, wealthy country give so much money to Western democratic universities? And it's to use soft power to influence it. And the Qataris have a bay'ah. In Islam, a bay'ah is a spiritual oath to the Muslim Brotherhood. The royal family of Qatar follows all of the religious edicts, rulings, and fatwas of the Muslim Brotherhood. They basically represent the Brotherhood around the world. And we estimate that the Qataris are using up to $1 trillion in assets to use as soft power to buy favor in universities, in our media, in our political leaders to further their goals and their agenda. So Qatar is at the forefront of basically representing the interests of the Brotherhood, which is basically to destroy democratic countries. So they're giving all this aid. Naively, many people think they're benevolent and they're doing wonderful work and funding our universities. But essentially, they're changing the discourse in the West. So if we take a step back, Hamas, which is the Palestinian chapter of the Muslim Brotherhood, intent on destroying Israel and Western democratic countries. Hamas, which is anti-Semitic, but let's put that aside for a moment. They're anti-democratic. They're sexist. They want to subjugate women, murder gay people, and do away with religious minority rights around the world. Hamas murdered American citizens and British citizens on October the 7th. They kidnapped them. And amazingly, some of the best universities, the Ivy Leagues in the United States, Oxbridge in the United Kingdom, the University of London, are turning out some of the brightest, best educated young people, young citizens of democracies, and they're supporting Hamas. They're supporting anti-democratic, vulgar terrorists who adhere to a culture of death, who want to destroy democracy, who want to destroy Britain and France and Italy and Germany and Canada and Australia and the United States. And young people are being inculcated in this sort of red-green alliance of the radical left, which has dominated many of our best universities. And because the radical left wants to get rid of Western hegemony, the Islamists who want to destroy Western hegemony have this bizarre common cause. We call it the Red-Green Alliance. So our intellectuals, influenced by Muslim Brotherhood money, are teaching now the second generation of Western citizens to destroy their own country, their own culture. And it's terrifying.
So I was going to say, how can it get any worse? But then when he mentioned the Hamas protests, and then it kind of made me think maybe they were involved in that. But
How about this for the last clip?
I mean, it's been kind of collapsing in a lot of ways for the last couple decades. So
Last clip of the free half.
all right.
It's kind of mainstream. This is Marco Rubio. But let me know what you think about this. We're talking about AIDS. So
The United States has spent billions of dollars over the years in helping with health strategies all across the world. What we learned over time, and especially after coming here, is that oftentimes, and I'm oversimplifying it, but this is an accurate description. What would happen is we would go to a country and say, we're going to help you with our healthcare needs. Then we would drive over to Northern Virginia somewhere, find an NGO, one of these organizations, give them all the money, tell them, go to this country and do their healthcare program.
why do you think he has his water covered? Is that just so no one poisons it?
Yeah, maybe.
For them. That NGO would then take about, some percentage of that money for their overhead and administrative costs. And by the time it got down to it, the host country had very little influence. It was sort of imposed on them. And only a percentage of the overall money ever actually reached the patients and the people on the ground that we were trying to help because of these costs. This makes no sense. So why are we hiring American and international NGOs to go into other countries and run healthcare systems that are parallel and sometimes in conflict with the healthcare systems of the host country? If we're trying to help countries, help the country. Don't help the NGO to go in and find a new line of business. And so that's what the model that we're breaking. We're not doing this anymore. We are not going to spend billions of dollars funding the NGO industrial complex while close and important partners like Kenya are either have no role to play or have very little influence over how healthcare money is being spent. Bottom line is, if you want to help a country, work with that country.
Man, it's that's good. I feel like that's got to take me to this man, these NGO things then. So I can start reading some stuff while you shut down the stream, because I want to keep going on this NGO stuff. There's so much coming out right now. It's unbelievable.
Well, if you guys want to get that extension, we appreciate you guys listening. Of course, check out GrindAmericaOutlaw.ca. Sign up for Plus today. Get the second half of shows. These and all the roundups and every other show we do there, and also helps keep us on the air. That's the only way we get to do stuff around here, pay the rent, eat, all that kind of stuff. GrindAmericaOutlaw.ca. Sign up today. Check out GrindAmerica.ca for other podcasts. Contact atthecabin.com for trips and events, and adultbrain.ca for audiobooks and stuff like that. But yeah, mostly just sign up. It's $6 a month is almost nothing. So, all right.
Well, I mean, see, the thing that's fascinating about this is